Okay, Kirti, just tell me, what do you know about digestion? Your own opinion, nothing more, just a general idea.
Digestion is the process of breaking down of complex insoluble organic compounds into simple soluble molecules by the action of digestive enzymes.
Okay, so that is a general idea about digestion itself. So, in the picture, you can see a person over there, and he have different parts to it, right? He have the mouth, and from there the food goes down. Some parts we already know, like we have to eat food, that we know, and digestion process happens inside our body, and that much we know. And what is digestion? It is the breaking down of complex particles into simpler particles. So I'm just asking you a question. Why do we need to break down these complex into small parts? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me? Sashi, can you tell me? Can you think of any reason why we are, breaking down complex molecules into small molecules?
No, sir.
Okay, it's fine. So basically, our body cannot eat complex substances. Okay, we can eat them, but our body, I mean, inside our body, we are made up of cells, right? So those cells need simpler substances to pass through them. Have you have seen, maybe sometimes seen a cell, right, in a microscope? Have you seen them, or perhaps in a picture? Have you seen anything like this? If you can see this picture, you have seen something like this perhaps, or simple cells. If it's not, that's also okay. Just understand that in this picture you have to enter into this, right, inside the cell. So it is very difficult as a big rice grain or a wheat. Okay, so we need to break it down into smaller particles so it can enter much easily into it. So that is done through the process of digestion. And in today's class, I will just ask, what were you stopped in the last class, and from there, if you need any more clarification, we'll go to there, and from there we will talk a little bit more. Okay, so where did Anushka madam stopped the last class, the last topic? Kirti, can you tell me where you stopped, where the teacher stopped last day's class?
I think that
Hello, can you repeat that?
so fat.
Fats. Just type it down. I'm not getting it clearly. Did you, Kirti, can you type it down? Or Arthur, can you type it down? What was the last day's topic? Okay, fats, energy rich food. Okay, thank you. So, and from there, in today's class, we were supposed to discuss, digestive system. Is that, was that what she, Anushka madam said to you? In today's class, we are supposed to discuss, digestive system, or was the fats something that she taught inside the digestive system topic? Okay, there may be some issue to hear your voice here, so don't worry. So what I actually wanted to do was that since I didn't get a general idea about what was taken in the last class, I wanted to continue where she left off, so and discuss all these questions. But it seems a bit difficult since I am not getting your voice back clearly. Just to verify, can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will just discuss what is there in this picture, and we will not go too much in depth in today's topic, and I will just discuss what it is there in general, because there is a bit different change in the syllabus itself, and the textbook does not represent the same change. So don't worry, in today's class we will just discuss briefly about today's class on this digestion itself. So we already discussed. Okay, so I hope you're all ready. Let's get to the class. So we discussed that about digestion itself. Digestion is breaking down of complex parts into simpler parts, and we do know why we need to break it into the smaller parts, because our cells cannot absorb large grains directly, but it can be absorbed into it by breaking it into small parts, like starch into carbohydrates or monosaccharides, like that. It's not important for you, just understand that it is breaking into smaller parts like that. So from looking at this picture, you can see that okay, what can we draw? Let's be an oh, never mind that. Does this look like an apple to you? I hope it's an apple. Today we are going to eat this apple. Okay, so we are directly eating it to this our mouth, right? We take a bite. So the in a digestive system, we will explain its parts and where it starts and everything, and we will discuss everything in today's class in a very general sense. Okay, so first of all, we are consider. I'll start with this story. So a guy is really hungry. Okay, so he wanted to eat something, so he went outside his home. So it's actually a COVID time, so we are not supposed to go outside, but to buy all those ingredients and all those things, we definitely have to go outside, right? Your parents maybe, or sometimes you might even be ordering the food. Whatever the case, you need food. So this guy in particularly, I'll call him as Shashi. No, there is a Shashi here, so we don't need any Shashi. So we'll talk it as an what, Manu. Okay, the guy is called Manu, and he's going out to the supermarket, and he's browsing everything. And actually, he was very hungry and he wanted to eat something at the moment. So he found the fruit section, and he took an apple and ate that thing. So you cannot simply eat it like that, but it's he's okay with it. So we are not going to bother why he ate it at the supermarket, but he definitely paid for it, and he went at home. So what happened? He took the apple and he took it to his mouth, and from there the we can start the digestive system from the mouth itself. Okay, that means when you open your mouth, you have to eat it, meaning that we have to break it down. at the big pieces into smaller pieces. So we getting a bite here. Okay, we are biting the apple piece, so it's a small piece, and we take that into the mouth, and we are biting it through the teeth. So do you know about the various types of teeth? Have you discussed that in class? Kirti, if you remember, do you know the different types? There are different types of teeth. Do you know that?
Yes.
Can you name what those are?
So please repeat.
Have you heard that there are different types of teeth in human? Okay, there are different types of
Yes.
teeth. Can you name what those different types of teeth are? You might have heard some of them.
So there are four types of teeth: incisor, canine, premolar, molar.
Okay, good. So even humans and even other animals also have them. That's obvious because they have teeth. They should have teeth, and but the number may change. We have like some sets, pairs and everything, and different animals have different sets of teeth. So and but mainly we can actually classify them into the four main ones that are the incisors. Okay, you don't need this. You can name this as incisors, molars, premolars, and the canine system. So those things are there for different types of chewing purposes. Okay, some are there to cut, some are there to pierce, some are there to grind. Okay, grind and chew. Anyway, so after that, what happens is that inside the mouth itself, the first level of digestion take place. What do you think is responsible for this first level of digestion? Just tell me. If you are seeing something, okay, just tell me. What is your favorite food? Kirti, I'll ask someone else. Shashi, tell me, what is your favorite food?
Sir, what?
What is your favorite food? What do you like to eat the most? Like, do you like gulab jamun, or you like pani puri or something?
Sir, apple.
Apple, you like apple the most. Okay, that's fine. That's good and healthy for you. That's so it's great. So you like the apple the most. So when you see an apple, what happens in your mouth?
Sir, अच्छा लगता है, tasty है.
Okay, your voice is a bit breaking. So don't worry. This will actually happen. I hope my voice is not breaking for you. So when you find something that is very interested, I'll just name a few. Okay, and just thinking of them, something happens in your mouth. Okay, so if I'm thinking apple, okay, it's okay for me. I like apples, so it's fine. Then you are thinking about gulab jamuns, or you're thinking about butter chicken, and then you're thinking about pizzas, or you're thinking about something tasty, or momos, or something that is very appealing to you. Someone like sambar they might like, or they may like curd, they may like something that is very interesting or tasty for you. What happens in your mouth? You're drooling, right? You're getting saliva in your mouth because you want to eat that. Oh, not the best day for me, actually. I wanted to eat something right now. So what happens when you find an interesting food or something that you really want, something really tasty? You want to eat that, right? So and saliva appears in your mouth, which is an common indicator that you like that food. So that is the first step actually, where the digestion actually take place. So some sugar molecules and all those things, the ones that are tasty, the sugary taste, those things start their digestion from the mouth itself because the presence of saliva, and this is formed by the salivary glands. Can you see the salivary glands here? It's not actually here, huh? Never mind. So there is actually salivary glands. I'll take another picture later on, and we'll show you that one. So don't worry. Just before under the, just use this one. Come on, give me another color. Yeah. So something here, and something there, and something over here also. So these three colors, these areas, not the exact positions, but understand that there are salivary glands which produce this saliva, and from there this saliva mixes with the food. In our case, we use our tongue to mix the food. Okay, so mixing of the food occur, and our teeth grind that tasty food. If it is apple, then it's apple, then we are grinding it and cutting it inside our mouth with the teeth, and the tongue mixes it with the saliva. And at that point, the first level of, what you can call it, digestion takes place. And from there, what happens? The food has to go down, right? So we are drawing the food going down. I'll just draw here, so it's clear. So this is the food. The green indicates the food. Okay, so it's in the mouth at the beginning, then it is going down after mixing with the saliva, and it will not go into the trachea. Okay, and it will not go into the lungs because there is epiglottis that is also not here. So don't worry, it goes through the pharynx to the esophagus, and it goes through this long tube into the, where does it go, Arthur? From
Stomach.
looking at, yes, it goes into the stomach. So we can see this small piece. Okay, this small green piece is the green apple. Let it be green apple. Okay, I know it's kind of sour or whatever, but we definitely like that, so we are eating it. So when it reaches the stomach, another level of digestion takes place, and I'll not be going into depth right now. So I'm just naming the organs, and from there it goes to the, where does it go? Kirti, can you tell me? Can you tell me from looking at the picture where the food goes? Kirti, can you tell me where the food goes from the stomach into which organ? If you can see from the picture, if you can, it's fine. Just tell me. It's some kind of organ here, right? It is going, and it's going here, it's going here, it's going here. What is this? From looking at the organ, can you tell me what this is? Kirti, are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me from looking at this picture where I have drawn the blue lines, can you tell me what kind of organ it is?
Large intestine.
Just look at it. I mean, the blue one that I draw is smaller compared to this one, right? So it cannot be the large one. It should be the small one. Okay. The one that I draw that is represented in blue is the small intestine. So actually from the stomach, the food goes into the small intestine. Okay. And there are also small, you know, what can you call it? Divisions. That is like the duodenum or jejunum. Like that, there are division to it. We will not go into depth right now. Okay, just understand there are division to it also. So just beyond the stomach, from the stomach it goes, and it goes to the small division called duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, and it reaches the, you know, major small intestine. And what happens in the small intestine is that all the food that we ate, okay, all the food, meaning like the apple over here, it is being digested, right? One set of digestion is occurred here, and when it goes through here, some things from the gallbladder and the liver, the enzymes come from that and goes into this tube. So again another set of digestion takes place, and all throughout this long twisted, you know, tube like structure called the small intestine, what happens is that most of the nutrients and the important sugar particles and everything is absorbed in this long small intestine, okay, and that is the major area of absorption, okay. Most of the food is being absorbed in this long section. In the stomach something is absorbed, but most of the food is being absorbed in the small intestine. But that's not all, okay. What happens after the small intestine is that it goes through the long, okay, just let me just reduce the size, perhaps move it a bit, okay. And what happens is that after going through all these long twisted tunnels and everything, okay, what happens is that it goes and you can see it is going and being connected to this large intestine. Okay, let me just up this all the way. It's too much for you. Okay, this is much more clear, too much lines. So what happens, you can see this blue line, right, and it is going into the large intestine. And what happens in the large intestine is that it absorbs most of the water, okay. Most of the water will be absorbed in the large intestine, and finally what happens, it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes, it goes to the rectum and it goes to the anus and it is pooped outside, okay. We go to the toilet and it is being removed. There's our waste materials, so you don't want that either, so it's gone. So that is generally how the what you can call it, the digestion process actually takes place. Not actually the digestion process, but the majority of the, okay, let me just reduce this again, okay. So that is the usual structure and the different parts that happens in the what do you call it, the digestive system. So let me just make it clear for you. Okay, this will be a much better picture, a colorful picture actually. Black and white does not really do justice. Okay, you can see this much better, I hope. Okay, can you see this picture, the new picture?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see that as I said before, there is some salivary glands at the top, right, at the top and at the bottom region, and from there the food get mixed inside the mouth at the initial stage. Then we go through the long esophagus into the stomach, where the second section of the digestion takes place, and it goes into the small intestine, okay, this part, this orangish yellowish region. And what happens is that before reaching that, the materials, the secretions from the liver and the pancreas gets dumped into it, okay. So what happens is that another the third set of digestion, so I'll just write it down. The first session occurs in the mouth, and the second section occurs in the stomach region, and the third section is occurring here just at the starting of the intestine. So there is the three stages of the digestive process, and generally to understand, okay. And in the small intestine most of the processes occur, and from there the major what you can call it, at the small intestine most of the nutrients and carbohydrates and all those important things for the body is being absorbed at the small intestine, and from there finally we got it reach into the large intestine, which you can see in kind of a purple color here, in this purple color, and from there it is being excreted out through the anus. Okay, is that clear for you?
Yes, sir.
I know this is not too much into the depth of the topic, because you definitely need a much more prepared class for that. But just understand and remember all these different parts. Okay, just understand these parts at the beginning, and we will get into a bit more in depth to the topic later on in the next class or so. And did teacher tell you about these different parts?
No, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. So just in case I'm not repeating myself. And I guess that is the major thing that you will need to learn. Okay, just understand these parts. And one more thing, study this picture. Okay, or maybe there's a picture in your textbook that you would get later on, but study the picture itself. Okay, just learn to understand, to draw where these parts are. Okay, understand where the mouth is, where the salivary glands are, esophagus, stomach. Be sure that you can draw and label these parts. Okay, because you will need to know them for the exams. And you will also need to know about what are the functions, which we will talk in another class. So just understand today about why, and not actually why, where these different parts of the digestive system, and what are the different organs of the digestive system. That will be the main focus of today's class. So I'll assign a homework at the same time. Okay, I hope you don't mind me giving an homework. Teacher used to give you homework, right?
Yes, sir, sometimes.
Okay, then it's fine. So you don't have to make a big, it's not a big deal actually. Just draw a box, okay, in your notebook, and write the parts and function. You don't have to write functions now, just write the parts of the digestive system. Okay, write a heading like this, and name 1, 2, 3, like that. Just write down the major parts. Okay, that's the only
Okay, sir.
homework today. That's the only homework I'm actually assigning today, because it's first day and I really don't know. And madam will be back in a, I hope she'll be back in a maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So I'm just filling in for that gap. So, and I'm not going in too much into depth of it, because it will be a discontinuous class at that point. So just understand these parts as a homework, and just write them down. And what you have to do is that after tomorrow's class, maybe you will be learning about the various function. So tomorrow you just write down what those function are, just straight of that. So today you don't have to do that. Just write the different parts. Okay, and remember where they are. Okay, that's also important. You might be asked to draw the digestive system, or perhaps you will be asked to mark where the different parts are in the digestive system picture. Okay, just learn that. Okay, tell me, just tell me, have you heard any kind of, I want an opinion or a story from you. Did you ever have any kind of stomach problems, digestive problems?
No, sir.
Never? Perhaps you don't remember. I'm pretty sure when you are little babies and all, you definitely had some kind of some kind of a stomach problem. So that is also a related something that we discuss, because stomach problems happens due to many reasons. And in the topic itself, we are also dealing with a certain topic like that, which is that stomach problems happens due to indigestion. Maybe it will be due to unhealthy food habits. Okay, so those are the different types of what do you call it, um, the reasons why you will have stomach problems. And it is these are the things that will be associated with the digestive system. And sometimes you might have heard that have you heard about things like you know you will have heard that there are people that are non-vegetarians and there are people who are totally vegetarians. What is your preference? Are you a complete vegetarian? All three of you can answer. Are you completely vegetarians or you non-vegetarians? Hello, are you there? I cannot hear from you. Which one are you? Come on, please respond. Kirti, Shashi.
Yes,
Okay, tell me, Shashi. Are you a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian?
sir, both.
Both. Okay. So you are omnivore. Never mind. So Arthur, I'm still not getting that name right. So can you tell me what kind of what kind of person are you? Are you a vegetarian or a non-vegetarian, or are you like Shashi?
Sir, both.
Sir, vegetarian.
Sir, both.
Both. So all three of you eat both of them. So I will not ask what you're eating and everything. So I'll just tell you that. So that's all right. And but sometimes you might have like a stomach ache. Did you have any kind of stomach ache in your life?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes. So that's
Yes.
why I asked, did you have any kind of stomach problems? Okay. So, so actually, what happens is that when you are not eating properly, or perhaps the food itself have some kind of a problem. Okay. Like, what you can call it? So let me see. I'll show you a picture. Okay. Good food. So looking at this picture, it is mostly what do you call it? Vegetarian, right? So let's go for a non-veg food. Okay, that will definitely do. So we have two pictures here. One is totally a vegetarian dish, and the other is totally an non-veg dish. Okay. So looking at this itself, will be having some kind of hunger pangs. Like we want to eat that. I'm getting a little bit hungry like that. So, but there are some problems, right? So looking at this, there are lots of things in it. Like what is this thing? This is the onion, and this is the tomato, and there are a lot of things inside that I really don't know what those are. And what is this white thing? Anyway, so if you go to an restaurant or if you go to a wedding ceremony, we will be provided with lots of food, right? Sometimes you will get really high quality food. Sometimes you will get poor quality food. And even looking at this also, you can see that it's having a meat dish. So that might be a good one, that might not be a good one. So all those things are already there. And sometimes what happens is that our body will not like this. Okay. And you will be having stomach problems like stomach ache, or sometimes even having like diarrhea or something. So you'll be emptying out your stomach inside the bathroom, okay, or the toilet, when you are not having a good experience with the food. So there may be many reasons. Okay. One of them is that there are pesticides or chemicals inside the food. Okay. And the food is not agreeing with your stomach. So what happens is that you will be going to the toilet all day, right? But sometimes it is not like that. Sometimes the food is very healthy, and it might be because it is garden variety food, something you cultivated in your own garden. Because of that, it will be a very healthy food. Or maybe it is something from nearby shops which is sold by the no chemical resource friendly, or something that is made from the local market, which is not unhealthy. Because it is made from the farmers that is near to your house, or it is something given to you by your neighbor. Everything is from your own neighborhood, that nothing is actually a problem. It is not unhealthy like that. So what happens? You can eat the food. It might be looking very dull, or maybe it look very good, and you will not have any kind of stomach problem. So what is the reason? The main reason is that the food that you eat itself is some kind of problem. Okay. And sometimes where you eat is also an important factor. Okay, just look at this one. Like what do you call those things? Rickshaw shops. Oh, that is not the same. Okay, so there are shops that are like the temporary shops, like something that is quite unhealthy, meaning that it is set up on the roadside. Okay, let me try this again.
The junk food.
Yeah, you can call it as junk food. Essentially it is a junk food. I just wanted to have an exact picture from that. So junk food means there are a lot of things actually. So maybe a lot of the junk food may not actually be a junk food itself. Like there are shops that actually sell junk food, which is very healthy because it is made from high quality ingredients, right? Like a burger, if you are not familiar with that, or maybe something like a biryani. Okay, and these things sometimes is created in a 5-star restaurant, and they only use the best and the top quality materials. And at that point you really cannot tell that it is a junk food or not. But essentially, yeah, junk food junk food is something that is actually harmful to your own body. Okay, so that are the other things that are actually cause problems. So tell me, are you ready for a discussion? you know what is your opinion? Shall we have a discussion? Small discussion. Okay, I want you to contribute a bit to the class. Okay, not much, just tell me your what you can call it, your favorite food. Okay, your favorite junk food, and your favorite food that is made by your mother. Okay, I need those two opinions. You can write it in the chat actually, that will be much easier. Just type what is your favorite food as a junk food that you can buy from shops, like Cheetos, or burgers, or whatever. Maybe some pani puri actually that you can buy from the roadside shops. Tell me what is your favorite junk food, and tell me what is your favorite dish made by your mother. Come on, can you write it down? Just write the name. Okay, whatever that is, the most favorite. Don't think too much. Okay, it's not that big a deal. Just tell me what is your favorite junk food that you buy in the shops, and what is your favorite food that is made by your mother or father actually. Sometimes fathers make some kind of food, so it's that, then that is also fine. Okay, Kirti started with a comment. Her favorite junk food is pizza. So tell me something that is your favorite from your mother. You must have something, right? I know it's not actually something popular, but yeah, there you go. So your junk food is pani puri, and your mother's food is chili paneer. It is something that I really haven't tried. Actually, I really want to. Okay, come on, Shashi. I need an opinion from you too. Okay, so it yours is pizza and fried rice. Okay, good one. So I cannot really talk much about paneer actually because it's not something that is common here where I'm from. But I have tried it, but I have not never tried chili paneer. So that is something I'm looking forward to. So if I ever get the chance, I'll definitely try it. So yeah. So among these, okay, yours is biryani. Nice. So in this, you can see that most of you like pizza, right? I see. Two of you like pizza. Nice. Anyway, one, two, and pani puri, right? So there are even more junk food, which I'm definitely sure you will learn as you grow up. And so mine is something called chicken roll. Okay, so it is something with the chicken in the middle with a masala and everything, and it is covered by a roll of bread, which is completely baked with everything.
Yes, sir. I have eaten.
Oh, nice. So I think some of you might have eaten. So I'm not sure actually because there is difference in this presentation itself. I have eaten two types of the same thing. Okay, but it is very different in different places. So I cannot tell you if it's the same thing, but everything is different for different people. So from this examples, I can tell you that pizza itself is what you can call it. It is a junk food as well as a healthy food in different places. Okay, there are places where pizza is prepared completely organic. Okay, so you can consider that as a healthy food, but sometimes it is really not like that. It is just made with whatever ingredients they have the local shops. So it is really actually a junk food at those places. It have a lot of cheese and actually cheese is very tasty, but but you get the idea. But sometimes it is also really not that healthy for your body itself because the cheese also might be bad. So like that. But most of the time when you're eating food from your own home, it will be mostly be healthy because your mother know how to prepare the food. It might be mother's food or it might be father's food. My father also have a little bit of cooking. Sometimes he cooks, so that is also there. So it's a change. Okay, uh, so that is, and I like to cook as well a bit. So it is also interesting for you at sometimes, so that, and it is healthy. So most of the time if you are eating from your home, you will not be getting any kind of diseases or any kind of stomach problems most of the time because your mother know how to prepare food. Others also know, but she will not add any kind of preservatives or any kind of chemicals so that the food tastes good. Okay, she will be making food because it should be healthy for you. So in these two pictures you can tell that oops, wrong. You can see that this is definitely made at a home, perhaps even a restaurant. So I'll make it a home food. Like, see, home food. Is there any good picture? Let me see. So food, home, chicken food, any. Come on, come on, let it come. This is too big. Okay. Looking at this, I have only an experience with the chicken rice. The rest of them I'm really not familiar with. So these are some food that is cooked at home, because you can even see from the presentation itself a little bit. It is put in the plate. Sometimes it's placed in a, what do you call it, some kind of leaf. Sometimes it is placed, this is in a bowl, all this, and this is directly from the fruits itself. So these are the something that is made from your mother's cooking, right? So maybe cooking or maybe just directly the fruits itself. So most of them, most of the time, will not be any kind of harmful for your own body, right? So there's that. So more of that we will discuss actually in the next class actually. Give me a second. One more thing. Yeah. So in the next class, if it's there, we will be discussing a bit more on the major parts, and we will definitely go through each of the function. and we'll deal with more on the indigestion and healthy habits, and how to keep oneself healthy. Based on these topics, we'll be discussing the next class. So just do the homework, okay? Basic, just make a box and table, and write down the various parts of the digestive system. You don't have to write the function right now, okay? So I will conclude this class, and I hope you understood it well enough, because this is a sudden class actually, so don't worry. I'll be the class will be much more interesting, I hope, the next time around. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, my brother class na.
Yes, I'm going to teach your brother next in a few seconds. So yeah, bye.
Bye, sir.